Welcome to another episode of Noise Complaint. I'm Lou. I've been doing radio for over 20 years.
And I'm Ben. I've been in bands and also been a recording engineer for 20 plus years.
And now we're in Ben's basement. Ben put this project together to give original artists an outlet to showcase their material. And we're lucky enough this week to have White Rabbit Object in Ben's basement on Noise Complaint, which a band Chicago Reader says you should know, a band vocally that's been compared to Amy Winehouse, to Adele, and absolutely awesome to have them a part of Noise Complaint. Ben, what stood out to you from the performances?
Yeah, just like going through the footage and hearing the audio that was recorded, like River, the vocalist, is just amazing. The way that she would sing out of her like teeth, and just like I've never really seen someone sing that way and so delicate. Even in my basement where there's a lot of loud noise and cymbal getting into everything, it just came out so wonderful, and it was really cool to see.
Excited for you to check this out. This is White Rabbit Object on Noise Complaint.
Down, don't know how to handle me. Always running round in that little cigarette daydream. Daddy's coming home and he knows what to do. I best run it out first if I was you, 'cause you could someone's little girl that wanna get frisky. Do the daddy lollipop and dance with me. Dancing like a devil with my red dress on, showing all the girls how to move along. But you shake it to the left, shake it to the right, drop it down low and let them take a bite. Show him how you shake it, how you get frisky. Do the daddy lollipop and dance with me. Little red dirt, your eyes on. Shake it, baby, shake it. No, you can't go show you how the daddy lollipop goes. 'Cause if you wanna dance right into the night and groove with your daddy till the morning light, show him how you shake it, how you get frisky. Do the daddy lollipop and dance with me.
Thank you for coming out here, coming down to Ben's basement, hanging out, and absolutely crushing it tonight. The songs you guys did were fantastic.
Thank you so much, and thank you guys both for having me out tonight and having the whole band. It was an absolute pleasure, and we sounded good in our headphones, so thanks for making us sound great.
You know, White Rabbit Object was kind of one of the, you guys were almost how we got this whole idea going. Ben wanted to do something like this where we're just kind of promoting some local Chicago bands and what can we do to talk about that kind of scene. And I ended up getting one of your songs at the radio station that I worked at, and I was like, this is great. And I hit him up. I'm like, you got to check this out. We should reach out to these guys. And then all of a sudden, you guys are right down the street playing in West Dundee around Halloween.
Yep.
And blew me away. The live performance, I mean, just absolutely amazing. I know you've been compared even by Rolling Stone to Amy Winehouse, and Taylor Momsen's a good comparison. But for you, the comparison for your voice, is there any one that you hear that people throw at you and you're like, no, I don't feel that one at all, or one that people miss sometimes?
The other day we played a show, and this audience member wrote us a little note afterwards, and she's like, your voice is like Amy Winehouse meets Alicia Keys meets Adele. And I had never thought about the Alicia Keys thing before, nor do I think that I deserve that, because Alicia Keys is like top tier. But yeah, I think it's really sweet how people find parts of me in like things that they enjoy. So.
And we all do that, right? Like we hear something or we see something, we want to compare it to something we know instantly. It needs to, like, it's a weird thing that we all kind of do, but like you hear it, you're like, oh, that sounds like blah. But people do that all the time.
I think that people for the most part want to feel nostalgic for things that they love, and they like to find the familiar in the new.
Well, I will say that your guys' music, though, you may say it could sound like this or this, but it is a fresh take, I think, on any of those styles that people would compare it to. Like it doesn't sound like dated or like, you're comparing it directly to anyone that I've heard. So you kind of have a blend of modern versus, this nostalgic old like sound.
Yeah, and I don't think that we write music intentionally, but I don't think that we write with the intention of being like, all right, we're going to add a little bit of this older sound and this newer sound to make it like something that people are still excited by. I think that that's just sort of naturally what ends up happening because of our influences. And I'm glad that people gravitate toward the things that we write. That feels really nice.
Kisses like candy, your touch is like Harry. There's no other man who do what you can to fuel my desire. You got there's something that makes me feel like a boy, and I never get tired, feel like a ride, baby. I will. Never seen a bad day like the way that you love. 'Cause I got my body when it's with your body and arms. I feel like I'm a baby, I'm a baby. Wanna taste it all the time. This is a crime, but your love's so divine. Yeah, it makes me
you guys did the trilogy, and I find this so interesting because back in 2023, it started with Whiskey Tango Hotel. 24, you had Romeo Bravo Bravo Tango, and 25, you have Oscar Bravo Juliet. And I mean, it's not hard to figure out wht.rbbt.obj. Did you guys expect to do a trilogy when this whole thing started, or did it just kind of come up and somehow? What got you into that?
I don't think that we ever anticipated the band like being a band to begin with. I think that Frank and myself had very different musical identities. We said, okay, we're a married couple. We should absolutely not play music together. That just seems like a bad idea. Of
Cheers
course,
to you for making that work.
I broke the rule. Yeah. But no, I think that, Frank and I see things very, very similarly in the sense that we sort of are looking at things from an artistic director sort of point of view. And I think that, initially when we wrote Whiskey Hotel Tango, it kind of seemed like, okay, well, how do we turn this into something that's not just music, but it feels very cinematic. It feels very intentional. It feels very like people will be excited to wait for this next thing. So I don't know that when we first started the group that it was like, okay, we're going to write this trilogy of records. It just sort of like when we did sit down and start writing, the sort of arc of the records made sense.
Yeah, you spoke about like your writing process a little bit. I wanted to dig more into that. Like how do songs come about for you guys? Is it like you guys sit together like you're saying and bang it out, or is it like I got this idea, this sound, or I got this vocal? Like how do you guys? Is it all varying, or is it?
It's all. Sometimes it's me coming in the front door, hearing him play the bass, and saying you're playing that wrong. Sometimes that is
sounds
literally
like a married couple,
how this band. So yeah, no. Yeah. There was one instance where, he's got this really cool riff that he's written. And I was like, I come in the room and I'm like, what is that? And he's like, I don't know yet. I was like, give me 10 minutes and I'll write down lyrics. And sometimes I have lyrics and they take a totally different direction. Jolene's Reply is the perfect example of that. I had sat down at the piano and wrote it as this sort of like, kind of like bluesy ballad sort of thing. And it wasn't called Jolene's Reply at the time. It was just this and then he had written this set of chords, and I was like, I actually think that this goes with that. So again, it's
do you like take like those pieces, like your piano and vocal, and then like build a whole band around that, or you kind of already have a song set before like a whole band, drums and everything else gets layered in there?
We've done it both ways. Yeah. Sometimes I'll bring like Broken Luck is a really good example of one that I just kind of brought into the group and said, okay, here's the guitar, here's the vocals, let me show you how I'm envisioning this. And really the nuance of the song and the breaks and the the sensuality of the song only got placed after the band came in and said, well, what if we like had this break here? What if we did this here? And but other times songs come fully formed, and Frank and I will sit down with Logic, and we'll kind of map everything out and say like, okay, this sort of Monsters of Nothing happened like that. Me and a bottle of wine and a synthesizer.
You guys didn't play that song. I was really sad.
I'll send you like a voice note of me just like doing the synth line, being like, I'm sorry.
The meaning of life, they go and change everything I bought and sold. You feel like money's turned to gold, and they claim they're funny. They say maybe it's the truth that I got it down with. All my folks are coming around. They always see my cars before I lay them down. But we're singing on me for the lightning stuff. I guess it's just my broken heart. Every time that I turn my face up to the sky, it's a train. I sent out looking for a saint to come and clean the mess I made, and now the devil's got me paid. That easy drives me mad. me change the pain and I'm begging, please. Ain't that easy, just me, maybe it's the truth that I got it down. Yeah, all my thoughts are coming out. They always see my cause before I live and die. A poor singing on me through the light inside. Maybe this is just my broken love. All my thoughts are coming out. They always see my cause before I live and die. A poor singing on me through the light inside. Maybe I guess it's just my broken life.
One of the things I took away from your live performance is like the powerful. I walked away, that word was just kind of in my head. The whole performance was powerful. Even the few covers you threw in. One of the weird things at that Halloween show, there was somebody dressed like Amy Winehouse. You pulled her up on stage and did a whole song with her, and it was just like you kept it so fun, but you never lost. You never lost it. Oh yeah, that's right. It was Liz. That's right.
Liz. Shout out Liz. I don't know you, Liz, but I'm glad that we did
Liz
that
wanted
together.
to be here tonight, but I was like, there's very small space in our basement, you know. So sorry, Liz.
No,
Liz,
it was.
if you ever want to have wine together and just hang out and listen to Amy Winehouse, we could do that.
It was awesome. It was
Thank
absolutely
you.
awesome to see it happen. But like you didn't sacrifice what you guys are trying to get across. You know what I mean? It didn't lose anything just because you had some fun with it. You pulled the crowd in, but I feel like you still kept that level of like, here's who we are. This is what White Rabbit Object is.
I will say that, mentioning to people that saw you guys in the West Dundee show that you played, they really wanted to be here they knew that you guys are coming here. And I'm like, I was thinking of ways that we can make it happen, but I'm like, they'd have to have headphones. And I'm like,
Do you need to give me a list of names? Do I need to read like a list of
No,
names?
you
This is actually turned into a cameo thing. So real quick, just say
I'd
hi
like
to everybody.
thank-
Could you record my cell phone voicemail greeting? That'd be
I
great.
have
For
they
you
talk on a
guys,
call, right?
absolutely, I would do that. Not a question. But no, I think that's really cool that so many people wanted to be here and be in this space with us because they enjoyed our music. That's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to all you guys. That's fabulous.
So it's early in the year, but what does White Rabbit Object have lined up for 2026? I mean, I think there's some festivals and stuff, but just not announced yet.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of really fun stuff coming up this year. A lot of really exciting festivals. They have not been announced yet, so I cannot be the bearer of that news quite yet. But definitely stay in touch with us. Head to our website, whterabbitobject.com, or follow us on social media. Use sparingly. We don't post too much. We try to only post the really meaty, fun stuff.
Are
for
you guys more
to check
posting
out.
on Instagram or Facebook, kind of all of it? Or
We honestly, like, when one posts to Instagram, it also posts to
okay.
Facebook. And if I remember to change the thing that needs to be changed about, oh, wait, the link isn't in our bio on Facebook, that's only on Instagram, then I'll go in and change it. But yeah, we try to, just make it a one and done.
Yeah,
sort
the
of.
less clicks you need to make, the better.
Yeah, truly. That's how I like it. I'd rather spend my energy making than, social media.
Every city that I take circles back to you. I'm pulling the tape, but the light won't break. I get stuck, no matter how much it takes. I get stuck in the same places. I get stuck on your races. I get Changing places, I get stuck, running your races. I get stuck in all your embraces. I get stuck, yeah, I get stuck. It over me, if I stay and stay, a needle in my side, digging through my skin. I try to scream, but it won't leave. I'm trapped in the world, the world I
wht.rbbt.obj. And by the way, wht.rbbt.obj for White Rabbit Object, just so you don't get lost out there on the internet. River, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
on
both.
Noise Complaint. And I mean, absolutely crushed it. Loved having you guys.
Thank you. It was my pleasure, and yeah, have us back anytime. We'll come and play you new music. And
We're going to give you a key to Ben's house.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
walk
cool.
right in whenever you guys
Guess
want.
what? I already love your wife and your kids, so they're pretty great. So yeah, no, seriously, this was a pleasure, and thank you guys.
All right. Thank you so much.